Hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? I'm the Friend and welcome to a little Path of Exile update video here for patch 3.5 Betrayal League. For those of you that play, you'll know that stat sticks are unfortunately no more. They are no longer a part of the game, at least for attack builds, which is what I am currently playing. As you can see, I am playing a Reave character, and the only options for a Reave character is to either one, go with two swords, or dual wielding, or go sword and shield. As you can see here, I have opted to go with the sword and board playstyle. See if I can get it to work. Though we are sad to see statistics go, we are happy to see some old league mechanics make their way back to the game in the form of bestiary and incursion. And along with the reintroduction of those leagues, we do have a brand new league, which is Betrayal, and we are quite happy with the new Betrayal league and the new mechanics it introduces. Essentially, it's more mobs to kill. I like it. Though the Betrayal mechanics are maybe a little bit difficult to understand, I do like how they have changed up and revamped the Masters. But before we get too far into things, go ahead and sit back, relax, and watch a little bit of gameplay before we get into the build. Alright everybody, let's get into the build here a little bit, and like I mentioned earlier, we are going with a Reave character, and it's actually a Reave duelist champion. And some of you are maybe thinking, why are you going with the champion? Isn't the gladiator ascendancy the block ascendancy, or the one that is focused on getting block? And you would be correct. But the gladiator just isn't what it used to be. In terms of damage output, yes, it does have a lot of block, or you can get a lot of block with that character, but it is possible to achieve max block chance, which is 75%, with a champion, with a non-gladiator ascendancy. It will take a lot of work though, and a few special items, but we'll go over things. And essentially what this video is going to be here today is essentially just going over where my character is at right now. We are, at the recording of this video, only about 4 days into the new league, so my items are kind of not great just yet, but I'll go over what I have now and where I'd like to be going forward. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over here is my items. What gear am I wearing? Essentially, got yourself a generic sword. This is not the best sword by any means. It's probably going to be the first thing I try and upgrade. I do want to get a crit based sword that has a crit multiplier on it for sure, and this one only sits around I think like 310-ish physical DPS, and I definitely want to get one that is about 350 plus and maybe a little bit faster as well. For our shield over here, we got the Lionized Remorse. This is just kind of your generic good shield for the early game. It only costs about 3 chaos early league, and it's pretty good. We're definitely going to be going for the Surrender, which is a late game shield. It's a little bit more expensive for sure, but it will give us good life and good defenses, as well as we will be gaining life whenever we block, which will keep our HP really high, which is really nice. It's definitely what we want. For everything else, basically, as you can see, it's pretty much just life resists, and life resists. The only other unique that I'm wearing is the Belt of the Deceiver, and that is mainly for the Intimidate, which gives us more damage on our attacks. Flash setup, pretty basic. Your Lion's Roar, it does give you more damage, more physical damage, melee damage specifically, as well as Aziri's Promise gives us a little bit more damage based on physical, converts physical to chaos as extra damage. And we got ourselves the Diamond Flask, which gives us a little bit more crit chance. And we got the silver flask here for the onslaught, which makes us attack a little bit faster. And for our armor right now, we actually just have a tabula. Pretty much the basic armor you can get early league. It's a white socket 6 link, and it doesn't give you any stats, but it is a 6 link, and that's definitely what you want. We will be looking to upgrade this here in the near future. We can get a pretty cheap 6 link early league for around 20 chaos. Just kind of saving up right now for a sword. It's kind of my first purchase here, and really I'm not really seeing any issues staying alive with the tabula right now, so we're going to go with it. Alright, let's go over our gem links here. In our first slot, we do have Reave, like I mentioned earlier, and it is a Vol Reave. We definitely want to get the Vol Reave so that we can get more AoE. When you use Reave, the original Reave, the basic Reave, only goes up to 4 stacks, which gives you pretty decent area. But if you use Vol Reave, you can get your stacks up to 8, which gives you quite a bit of area effect. Definitely want to get one of these when you can. Make sure it's 20% quality when you purchase it. Because when you give it 20% quality, it gives you a little bit more attack speed, so definitely look out for that. We got faster attacks for right now. We will be switching this out later on when we get a little bit more attack speed from our tree and from our items, because things like added fire or physical damage on full life is going to be a lot more DPS than faster attacks, but we need it for right now just for the quality of life. Makes it feel better. Got multi-strike. Again, it's for you know, a little bit more damage. It makes you attacks faster. Melee physical, more damage. Maim, more damage plus maim. Maim is good. Definitely want that, slowing enemies. And increased area effect. Give us more area effect, of course. Alright, so we are using a Whirling Blades. So with this setup, you can go with either Whirling Blades or you can go with Shield Charge. I went with Whirling Blades just because it feels better to me. It's really based on preference. One is not necessarily better than the other, but Whirling Blades feels a little bit better to me, so I went with that. Over here, we got our Leap Slam setup, and you can see it's really just more of a quality of life kind of thing. Leap Slam, Whirling Blades, Shield Charge, it's all kind of the same. The only real main benefit to using Leap Slam is the fact that you can jump over terrain with it, and this makes it nicer for mapping and stuff. That's what I go with. We got Hatred. This is essentially for more damage. You can see it gives you more cold damage based on your physical damage. And I also have, if I can find it, got Herald of Ice here. And this is linked with Curse on Hit and Assassin's Mark. So this is going to give us power charges. When you kill an enemy with a crit and you have Herald of Ice active, it'll shatter the enemy, and that shatter actually does damage and it hits other targets, and that triggers the Curse on Hit in Assassin's Mark, and the Assassin's Mark of course gives us power charges. Ancestral War Chief, this gives us a little bit more damage from the passive of the War Chief, but also it has its own damage output being a totem. Tempest Shield linked with cast when damage taken and Immortal Call. So the Immortal Call is essentially a defensive barrier, and the Tempest Shield gives us a little bit more block chance, both for physical attacks as well as spells. Got our Stone Golem over here. This is mainly for the regen. Gives a little more regen, keeps us tanky and on full life. Got our War Banner here. This is a new skill introduced to the 3.5 league here, and it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It does reserve our mana quite a bit here. We don't have a lot of mana, but we get around that. I'll go over that in a little bit. But it does give us, essentially, the main benefits to us is it gives a little bit more physical damage to enemies, but also gives us that adrenaline there. And adrenaline gives us more damage, attack speed, and yes, it's really nice. Definitely something to pick up or something to be looking out for. And lastly, we got Blood Rage here, and this essentially just gives us more attack speed as well as life leech. Alright, let's go over our passive skill tree here. Pretty basic skill tree for a duelist for the most part that's going crit at least. As you can see, we kind of went for the attack speed starting off here. We definitely need the attack speed with a sword and board playstyle. We do not get the increased attack speed from dual wielding, which kind of hurts a little bit. But we're going to make it work here. We're just going to get a little bit more attack speed on the skill tree. You can see it's over here as well, than we would if we were going dual wielding. But we're going to make it work here. Making our way down here to the shield nodes down here. I got one more here that I still need to get. This essentially is going to give us a little bit more block chance, but over here it gives us damage and attack speed as well, which of course is always needed. Making our way up here to the Cyan Life Wheel. We will be filling this out here, grabbing the attack speed nodes here. And we got ourselves, this jewel actually is helping us out a lot. You can see it gives me attack speed as well as physical damage, or area damage actually. But it gives us +2 mana gain for each enemy we hit. This is what is really helping us out, keeping our mana up since we are reserving so much of it. So definitely look out for one of those if you're using a war banner along with so many auras like I am. Alright, making our way over here. I did pick up diamond skin for right now. One item that I do intend to get, this will be later in the league, but I do intend to get a red nightmare, which is a jewel that we will socket right here. And what that does is it gives us block chance based on how much fire resist that we have. So we got all resist here, and then we got a fire resist here, and we got fire resist over here, and that will turn that fire resist into block chance. This is what's going to really help us get our block chance capped. So definitely be on lookout for one of those. They're pretty expensive, so I don't expect to get it till a little later in the league, but it's what I'm going for here in the future. As you can see, we also made our way up here to the melee crit nodes, and down here for more attack speed and physical damage. Making our way this way, we just got kind of a basic jewel here for life, attack speed, and damage. Nothing too special there. A little bit more life and chance to not be stunned. And more block chance and damage here. Attack speed, damage, life over here. Got the sword nodes over here since we are going swords. Got the crit. And this node is also helping us keeping our mana up for right now, because it does gives us mana leech. Definitely very much needed. Here going forward, I will be essentially just kind of filling things out a little bit more. You can see where I kind of just need to fill in things. I got another jewel node here. Fill out the life wheel. Fill this out. Jewel node over here. And from there, that'll probably get us about to full build. So that's just kind of where we're going from here. So we are pretty early in the league here, so my items just aren't great just yet, but I want to let you guys know where I do intend to take this character here going forward. As I mentioned earlier, I do want to get a better sword, somewhere around the 350 plus DPS. I do want to get a surrender shield, and for my chest, the goal is to get a lore weave. Attaining a lore weave isn't difficult, but getting it linked is the difficult part. We do want to get that 6th link. But getting a lore weave isn't too difficult. You just need 60 unique rings. Not too hard. You'll get it eventually, just farm maps. And for our glove slot, we actually are going to be switching these to a 2-socketed Tomb Fist. This will give us attack speed, life, as well as the ability to socket 2 Abyss Jewels, which will give us more damage. And it gives us Intimidate, and if we have Intimidate on our gloves, we do not need to have it on our belt, so we'll be able to switch out our belt, and we'll likely go with a Stygian Vise so that we can get another Abyss socket there for more life, damage, attack speed, whatever. But that's kind of where we're going from here. I do want to upgrade this helmet. As you can see, it gives me really good resist, but it's super low on life. Going to definitely switch that out. And for our amulet, once we get everything kind of up to par, we'll probably switch that out with an anvil, which is a amulet that gives us more block chance. This kind of what is going to be giving us our max block chance as well. Well guys, that's all I have for right now. Go ahead and got the links down in the description there for my Twitch stream, as well as a few other links for Facebook and all that. Go ahead and follow me over there. I will be playing this character here on stream, so if you want to come check it out, see how it's going, go ahead and follow me over there. But we're gonna keep going forward with this character and see what we can do with it. My tentative goal is actually to get 100. I've never gotten a level 100 character before. I figured this would be a pretty good league to do it. I've been playing the game for roughly 5 years. I've never got a level 100. Maybe it's time to do it. We'll see what happens. That's kind of the goal, tentative goal. going to be a lot of hours. We'll see what happens, but we are going to end things here for today. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, advice, go ahead and leave those down in the comments section. If you'd like to stay up to date with what I'm doing here with these Path of Exile builds, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But until next time, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all next time.